Hello, I'm Justin Olsen with Blomquist Hale, one of the therapists here, and I'd like to talk about difficult conversations that we have and a lot of conversations out there. And a lot of times they're difficult because, it's kind of a battle of messages. And the goal to make it a less of a difficult conversation is to make it a lot more of a learning conversation. So let's talk about these. So a battle of messages is going to be more of, well, we think we know all that we need to know and we want the other person to agree with us. The problem with that is they're usually not quick to agree. They have their own point of view and their own outcome that they'd like. And so it kind of turns into this battle of I'm right, no, this is right. So if we can transition this more to a learning conversation, then really the key is to be curious about the other person's point of view, to really recognize that the other person has a perspective that we do not yet understand. And their point of view is just as important as our point of view. And even if there's not room to negotiate, we can be curious and really hear them out and provide some listening, some active listening, and even some empathy, even though we might not be able to do anything about that. So, an interesting thought, and this comes from John Gottman, famous marriage therapist and researcher, that 69% of problems, they don't have a correct answer to them. It's really important to move to that learning conversation rather than battling about it. Some of the things that really help us to do that is really listening, understanding, having some humor and some affection, really being curious and being flexible with our viewpoint. And listening is going to help us to be really successful in being, a lot better with those difficult conversations.